Yeah, thank you for pointing that
Orphan,
out.
Can you do me a favor? Orphan, can you do me a favor? Can you send me a message real quick in DMs, like just a quick little like question or something that my character would answer, just so I can get into the
I'm
flow of
back.
how my character would answer it, if that makes sense.
Oh, like what the question's gonna be?
No, like as in like just give me a random question for my character to ask, so I can
You get
think
into
how
the
my character's
get
gonna
into the
act.
role play mindset. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just
Otherwise, I'm gonna
be
fuck it up
okay.
again.
So perfect. So be prepared for because Hobby is going to be asking the same question. It's going to go exactly as it went last time. Everyone's going to be. I'm going to go one by one, introducing everyone's backstory.
I need to like I need it like written down so I can like brain it. You know.
What is your name?
It's literally and
Humble.
your name. It's literally and your name. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
No, but I meant as in like just give me a random question for my character, something that would like.
Oh, okay. Well, Brood's also gonna ask you, and why did you answer the call for this adventure?
Okay, yeah,
There
that
you go.
works.
Brood's gonna ask you that as well. So both of those questions, they're questions you're gonna be asked. So be prepared to answer them.
I'm just gonna do this like now.
Awesome. Now I have to tell Matchbox to start playing.
What pins? Albert. Yeah. Are we going on Al there?
Yes, everyone open Owlbear.
Okay.
By the way, Laughter, I will be here. I will also be cooking pasta because I'm hungry as fuck.
How do I start?
But you should be able to hear me.
That's kind of how I want him to reply. Actually, no, it's probably more like this without the question mark. It's probably like that.
Is it pulling up? I need to pull you up on my other phone.
How do you? Does anyone know how Matchbox work?
Nope.
God damn.
Yeah, you get a thing and then you light it on the side and then it goes on fire. Yep.
Yeah, real funny. Playlist play. Here it is.
I still have like 5 funny dice, by the way.
All right, can everyone hear Matchbox?
Oh, that is
Yes.
loud.
Yeah, turn it. Make sure to turn
No, it's
Matchbox
not.
down. If it's too loud for you, please turn it down now.
I have Matchbox muted because of Ramadan. Music and
I
shit.
listen, but I want to listen to hardcore metal while we play.
All right, turn that.
There's a very interesting combination with the Valheim music playing in the background.
It's just I just chose. It's not even Valheim. It's all copyright-free fantasy music.
No, but I'm in a Valheim world right now, and I can hear Valheim's music code in the background,
Oh.
I'm not even kidding.
blending with this.
The music you put on sounds almost one-to-one to the music I've put on my Minecraft server.
Yeah, it's just royal. I literally typed in royalty-free playlist of fantasy music, and I chose one, and then I had Matchbox add all of the songs to a Matchbox playlist. So now I can play background music during D&D. This is
Hey, let's go.
Big ups. Sadly,
I
obviously,
can't wait to enjoy that at
you
the end of the month.
can't- yeah, you can't enjoy it this month, sadly, Kareem. But yeah. I feel so bad about that.
Nah, it's fine. If I need some background noise, I'll just put on the Quran. It's fine.
Oh, what? Because you can't listen to.
I can't listen to music now.
Wait, hold on.
I was about to say something, but that would have been disrespectful to my.
Okay, restart that song, and let's begin. So everybody, please, as always, when I introduce your shit, please this time only. It's gonna just be a description of your character, along with your race, your race and your class. Obviously, no subclasses yet. If you have a subclass already, because you're having to do 2014, you already have one. Say your subclass as well, please. Otherwise, just a physical description, and then I'm going to be doing the backstory reading, just like last time. And then we begin.
I guess I'll be doing Scrunge.
Yes, you'll be playing Scrunge again.
Yep.
Huh? Bit of the scrunch.
All right. Scrunge is the goblin.
I don't remember a goblin.
All right. Let us begin. In 3, 2, 1.
I was muted.
Welcome back, all you beautiful adventurers of the Orphan Guild. It is I, your host, the D&D Orphan, back today with a brand new series. I would like to introduce all of you to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Today, we take the first steps on a new adventure with a new cast of adventures and characters. Some of them you have seen on the channel before, some of them not so much. But regardless, it is time to begin the steps into the Feywild. You know what? Hold on, actually. I wasn't happy with that. I'm going to stop that. Cut that. Give me a second. I'm going to redo the intro. I also completely forgot to have fucking Obsidian up, which is my notes app that has everything I need to read. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, all you beautiful adventurers of the Orphan Guild. It is I, your host, the D&D Orphan, back today with a brand new series here on the channel. I would like to introduce all of you at home to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Today, I will be introducing all of you to a brand new cast of characters, all hosted by some familiar faces and people you've seen on the channel here before, and someone new around the channel who will be appearing on this series regularly. Now with that, let us begin our adventure into the Feywild. With that, all of you players, around you, you see the sights of pumpkins, large, small, the size of buildings and the size of thumbtacks. Fairies flying throughout, scattering dust around, making the area very vibrant and almost just lit up with color. Different floating apparitions being summoned everywhere. It's almost like a festival is being held in this just crazy pumpkin patch. And as all of you arrive to this scene, you see before you a very large crowd. You have all been summoned to the abode of a dwarven dragonborn named Brood Brawn. He lives on this giant pumpkin farm, sharing his rustic farmhouse space with rodents and fairies. Upon arrival, the players will find this area is entirely packed, overflowing with fellow low-tier adventurers, all seemingly having received the very same letter. You all grip the letter in your hands tightly, thinking back to when you received it. As you gather to the crowd, you try to make your way forward through the bustling area, all the different people littering this pumpkin patch. You see a building amidst the pumpkins on the other side of the crowd, making your way through. You get all the way up to where the front of the crowd is, and you can see the pumpkin patch. Not the pumpkin patch, but the home in the pumpkin patch. And as you get all the way there, all of you moving through the crowd, suddenly the door slams open. You see the blackness of the room, no lights emanating through the doorway, as a small man begins to step out. As you see this small dwarven man, a few things stick out about him. His ash-pale skin, wrinkly and old, like leather dried in the sun. His hair, once fiery red, now dulled to more of a gray red. You can see he's very fat, very old, and he seems like his adventuring days are far behind him. Nevertheless, he is delighted to make everyone's acquaintance and seems very excited and amped up. He pulls from his back a guitar, swinging it out in front of him, and as he steps out of the doorway and into the open pumpkin patch, he strums the guitar, da-da-da-dun, and as he plays it, vibrant purple magic begins to just shoot off of him, and it begins to form, swirling, as he uses his bardic powers to create an entire stage before the crowd, everyone gasping, awing, and oohing as he begins to step up the stairs of the stage he has just created. Gold highlights throughout the wood that is dyed with a deep purple color. As he steps up to the stage and looks to all of you, he begins to speak. A noble warlock has reached out to me and is offered a job with a hefty reward, an adventurous journey. He asks that I travel to Prismere, a domain within the Feywild, and find out what fate has befallen the archfey that rules it. As he says this, everyone gasps can be heard throughout the crowd, as many of the low-tier adventurers seem very shaken by the idea of entering the Feywild. But nevertheless, he continues. This archfey, Zyblina, it is his patron and inspiration, the very source of his power, and upon discovering what has become of her, I am either to offer her aid or simply find out what has happened as to why she's not responding. However, sadly, as you can all see, I am no longer fit to attempt this journey alone, and require the aid of a team. 3 of you here will be selected to accompany me and my friend, as he gestures to the door. And as he does so, the camera pans over as we see a fellow begin to hobble out of the doorway. Looking to the large crowd, he answers meekly as Brood says to him, "Introduce yourself, my assistant."
Yes, I am Scrunge.
As the little goblin begins to exit the doorway, hobbling up the stairs and standing next to Brood on the stage.
Yeah. So I'm Kareem. I am playing the Goblin Ranger Beastmaster. Scrunge.
Yes, and as Scrunge gets up next to Brood, he gives a hearty chuckle. Ha ha ha! This is Scrunge, my dear assistant and best friend. I have been training him for a very long time now, and he wishes to accompany me on this journey, along with 3 of you who I will all be picking today. Scrunge, please introduce yourself to all these fine fellows, and, give them a fun fact about yourself, as he kind of pushes Scrunge with the end of his guitar, where, like, you tune it, where the strings meet the little metal things. I don't know what it's called on a guitar. As he gently pushes you forward.
So Scrunge walks out, and he says, "Hello, everybody. I am Scrunge, and despite my appearance, as you can see, I am actually a hunter."
Aye, and a fine hunter at that he be. Now, continuing, as he continues his speech. Every 8 years, our world is visited by a traveling extravaganza called the Witchlight Carnival. It's recently returned and is camped 3 days' travel on the Sword Coast from here. I've called all of you now because this carnival is the only entrance to this location known as Prismere. We must find the Fey Crossing within the Witchlight Carnival, and in doing so, enter in and search for the Archfey Zyblina. Now, who of you will embark upon this journey with me? As the camera pans to the crowd of people, as everyone kind of turns to each other, faces, everyone's silent before, people begin throwing their hands up, gasping in defeat. This idiot! What is he? A noble warlock of unnamed origin, and we're supposed to just travel into the Feywild for him? Not even a definitive reward, just a massive reward, quote unquote, and an adventurous journey. Everyone begins to leave. Almost everyone is completely just exasperated with this idea. No one thinks it's smart. Some people say stuff like, entering the Feywild, what a joke. You must be insane, old man. Others pushing past, saying, "Psh, not even a definitive reward in working for some unknown noble. I'll pass." But of the individuals, 3 stand out, as they, rather than walking away, walk forward. Starting at the left, we cut to an elven fellow. Vadagar, Twisted, I should say. Please, introduce yourself and describe your character.
So my name is Twisted. I'm going to be playing Grevin. He is a druid Eladrin elf. So as the crowd begins to kind of disperse, he'll kind of walk through it. What you see is a tall, very pale, dark-haired, his hair almost looks like it's graying, a little bit of white in his hair, with emerald green eyes, walks forward, dressed in a leather tunic, but you can see vines kind of reinforcing it and keeping it together as he steps forward with a raven on his shoulder.
And as Grevin steps forward, we cut into Grevin's eyes, where we learn a little bit about the fellow. Grevin, hailing from a small druidic settlement, where he was the sole survivor of a terrible tragedy. A demon appeared one day, and its appearance would end Grevin's life of peace and tranquility. The demon, who never spoke his name, slaughtered everyone. Everyone except for Grevin. As Grevin returned from gathering nearby herbs, he saw the destruction. Always having been a peaceful being, rather than fight, he pleaded with the demon, which only responded in laughter. He found Grevin's pain, sorrow, and begging amusing, revealing to Grevin that not everyone was dead in the village. A sick smile would appear upon his face, as he would show Grevin one house that had been untouched. Maybe it was fate. Maybe the demon knew and planned this. Grevin did not know, but all he did know was one house was left untouched so far. His own, where his wife and child sat, waiting. The demon would drag him to his home and would end his family in front of his own eyes. Grevin begging and pleading for him to stop, the demon would savor and feast on his anguish. Until suddenly, everything was silent. The screams, the laughter. The only thing left was Grevin's sobbing. Grabbing nothing but a ring off of his wife's finger, he would leave that village, cursing his pacifistic ways and deciding that he must become stronger. Grevin would spend years learning about demons and devils, before eventually finding a wizard that would teach him much. Upon his final days with the wizard would tell him that he sensed an adventure was coming, and that Grevin must leave, but that he would not want him to travel alone, teaching him one last thing: how to summon a companion, saying, "You should never have to be alone again." And upon doing this, Grevin would pack his things, and leaving with his newfound crow companion, he would embark, where almost instantly after leaving, a crow would spot him, delivering a letter sealed with a red stamp of wax of a hammer and anvil. As we fade back from Grevin's mind to the real world, the present day, we see Grevin gripping that letter, realizing that this is what has led him to, as he steps forward, walking towards Brood. As we cut from Grevin, we find a smaller fellow, bathed in scales of white and red. A little dragonborn dwarf. Please, introduce yourself, Falcon, and who you're playing.
Hi, my name is Gremlin. I am a dwarf. Demonic dwarf.
You sound like you're a little far away, or like a little, like it's something covering the mic. You sound like a little gargly.
You know, my character's a draconic dwarf.
Draconic dwarf.
Draconic dwarf.
You're a paladin.
And I am a paladin,
Okay.
I believe. I was looking at my character.
You are indeed a paladin.
Paladin. Sorry, I gotta correct my voice.
You're good.
And I am also a ranger. As
Or-
second class.
Will be taking a ranger when.
Will be
Yeah, the level up.
when I second, when I level up. And I'll do
And as we cut to Fremlin, we cut to his steely, determined eyes as we fade into his mind to learn a little bit more about him. My name is Fremlin, and yes, I am a draconic dwarf. A rare blend of resilience and fire. My story begins as an orphan, raised without a family, but surrounded by a ragtag group of friends who were as much of a family as I ever knew. For the first 15 years of my life, I lived struggle, hardship, but adventure, running throughout the streets of the city, living wild. But at the age of 16, I found myself having to change, being kicked from the orphanage, taking a job upon the king's farms, where I worked for 5 long years. I toiled under that sun, turning over the soil and tending to crops, and my heart ached for anything more than this monotony, this boring farm life. I often spent evenings dreaming that I was back with my orphaned friends, living those adventures, watching the horizon set. And then one fateful day, the tranquility of the farm shattered, when a ferocious orc would begin rampaging across the fields, killing a few of my friends and destroying everything in its path. With no second thought, I seized a pitchfork, the only weapon I could find, and charged. Surprising it, I drove the pitchfork into the beast's stomach, ripping it apart, scattering its organs across the fields. I realized in this moment that I was not meant to plant seeds, but to plant blood upon the ground. Determined to defend the kingdom, I traveled to the castle and signed up for the military service, where for 5 grueling years I trained tirelessly, honing my skills in combat. And when my training was complete, I was finally entrusted the honor of joining the front lines of the army. What followed were 10 long years of war, a time of bloodshed, camaraderie, and loss. I saw countless allies fall beside me, but I pressed on, driven by an unyielding resolve. My greatest trial came in the form of a chieftain orc, a monstrous foe who challenged me in the heat of battle. The fight was brutal and relentless, a true test of will and strength, but victory was mine. Wounded, the chieftain retreated with his remaining forces, and in that moment, I dedicated my life to vigilance, swearing an oath as a watcher, protector of the realm. As we celebrated our hard-fought victory, I stood before the king and pledged to help fortify the kingdom into an impenetrable stronghold. Those memories of war and sacrifice became the foundation of my resolve. However, when the war finally ended, I found myself bored once again. And abandoning the kingdom, I turned to the life of a mercenary, where for 6 years I traveled the lands, trading my sword for coin and seeking purpose in this world of chaos. One night, weary from battle, I retired to a humble home built of my own hands within the woods, deciding to give it all up, deciding to live once again in peace and solitude. But that peace I found was fleeting, for one morning I woke to the sounds of persistent pecking at my window. Opening it, I discovered a messenger bird bearing a letter sealed with an unfamiliar crest. The message was a summons, calling me to the Sword Coast. Destiny had come knocking once more. Donning my paladin gear, I felt the old fire ignite within me. A new world of adventure awaited. One that I always yearned for. And it was about goddamn time. As we cut from Fremlin's mind back to the current day, as he begins to walk forward towards Brood. And last, but certainly not least, we cut to the final of the 3 fellows left. Xerix, introduce yourself, your character, class, what subclass you'll be taking, and what you look like.
My name's Xerix. I play a sorcerer twin dragon called Xerath.
Okay. Anything else?
Hey, you'll figure it out as you get along, trust me.
All right. And as we see the big man, we cut to his eyes to learn a little bit more about him as well. Xerath was born in the demon realm, a dragon of Tiamat's bloodline. However, Xerath was much different than Tiamat and his siblings, as he was born not angry and chaotic or evil, but more neutral, independent, and living his own life. Xerath had 3 elements living within his body, running through his blood. This caused destruction, though he didn't mean it to happen, creating this strange fire-like acid that would explode with the might of 1,000 clusters of dynamite. While he attempted to live peacefully, drinking and laying with the women of the demon land, everywhere he went, things crumbled, burned, and melted behind him. Though Xerath would never know, because he lived a life where he would never look back. This would cause demons to whisper his name in fear, calling him the Dragon of Unknowing Annihilation. For centuries, the demons tolerated him. But one day, Demon Prince Grisette decided Xerath was too dangerous and set a trap, welcoming Xerath to a grand feast, where the moment Xerath would feast, he would bite into something, cursing him with eternal slumber, his body beginning to seal inside of a large black gemstone, locking him away in eternal darkness. For hundreds of years, Xerath was trapped. He could not move, he could not think. All he could do was drift between thoughts, waiting for something, anything, to happen. And then, one day it did. Unbeknown to Xerath, a murder of crows would appear at the cave holding his gemstone prison. First a few, then hundreds. They would surround the gemstone, pecking and clawing at it. It would take days, but peck by peck, the birds would chip away at the cursed seal. And then, when a large, bulky crow would appear, delivering one final strike, the seal would shatter, and Zareth would be free. As he rose from the ruins of his prison, he would see the large crow flying towards him. He saw it carried a letter in its beak. The bird dropping it, he would pick it up, opening it, reading some stuff about an adventure, revenge, and a name that really would stick out to him. Zablina. The name of the woman, the archfey, who had a bit of a fling with Grisette, a love-hate relationship. Zareth would at first ignore the letter and begin to search for Grisette, simply wanting to speak with the man, ask, why had you done this? Why seal me away for years when you offered me a feast? He did not seek destruction or revenge, but just wanted to talk. But what he would find was the abyss had changed, and Grisette was gone, having vanished. However, he remembered the letter. Opening it once again, reading it, his face would smile, realizing that if he was ever to find him, Zablina would be his only choice. And it was time to walk the world once more. As we cut from Zareth, cut from inside Zareth's mind back to the outside real world where Zareth also begins to approach. And as the three of them approach, while all the rest of the adventurers walk away, the little goblin jumps from the stage, quickly running from the left to the right, gathering the names of the adventurers.
Hello there, what is your name?
My name is Grevin, and this is Krovax, as I signal to the raven.
Grevin. Good name. And yours?
Dash Falcon, you're muted.
I guess I'll go next.
No, hold on 1 second, Zareth. He's talking. Dash Falcon, go ahead. You there, buddy?
Oh,
There you go. Now I can hear you. You there? Can't
hear me, guys?
There we go. All right. Little goblins run up to you and ask you what's your name.
Fremlin. Good name. As the goblin scurries over to the tall boy. And yours?
My name is Zareth. I am soon to be ruler of the demon world.
Big goals, good goal. As the goblin hurries back to Brood.
Brood leaning down over to the little goblin as he places his hand on his ear. What is their names, little feller? As he leans down and the goblin begins to speak the names to Brood. As he steps forward past
okay, I'm ready.
Scrunge. And he looks to all three of you and he says, so it seems you three are the only ones here with any moxie in them. You know, back in my day, any adventurer would feast at the opportunity to enter the Feywilds. But it seems times have changed. Regardless, please tell me, what is your reason for accepting this request? As he puts his hand out, pointing to Grevin.
As an Eladrin, I feel strongly connected to the Feywild. In fact, I stumble over to Krovax. It is actually his homeland, and I wish to visit it.
Aye. Very interesting. An Eladrin who has never been to the Feywilds. Very, very interesting indeed. And you, fellow dwarven dragonborn, he says as he points his fingers to you, and you see the finger he points at you with, Dash Falcon, you see like black scales begin to appear, revealing that he's a titanium dragonborn. as he points to you and he says,
the
"Why
beer
have
as
you?
I-
Oh, why have you accepted this call?" Go ahead.
I kind of gaze into his finger. I'm like, interesting. You're one of my kind.
I
I am been looking for a new adventure, and this letter piqued my attention. And I am very glad I got this letter because I've been sitting in my own cabin and very bored. So I appreciate this invitation, and
Well, my brother, boredom is something a dragonborn should never be feeling, especially a dwarven dragonborn such as us. It is very good to have you along on this venture, old boy, as he points to the other dragonborn and says, "Now you! I can tell you're of the other bloodline. I can tell you're not like us metal boys over here. What is your reason for joining this adventure, big fella?" As we cut over to Zareth.
Sorry, what was that? Say again?
He asked you why you're here on this adventure.
Oh, he's gonna look at him. He's gonna pat, like kind of pat like the man on the back a bit, almost on him, and he's gonna be like,
Ha! Me? I want booze and women. What else does a man need?
Ha ha ha! Aye, true cardinal desires indeed. You are befitting of the dragonborn nature, big man. Very well, I can't argue with that. Well, before we continue with this, I would like to offer all of you a bit of a dinner, so we can all get to know each other a little better. Please, come inside, as he snaps his fingers, and the stage just vanishes. Him and Scrunge just kind of like falling to the ground. It's only like a foot up off the ground. Obviously, it's not a big stage, so they kind of just land. Scrunge kind of like a little bit of a weird landing, but he gathers himself as Brood quickly turns around and begins to walk inside.
Scrunge, of course, following.
Scrunge following inside.
I will enjoy to eat. Food is very good if I have food in my belly. I haven't ate for a while.
As Fremlin follows inside. Grevin? Zareth?
Yeah.
Yep, following.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Zareth following inside, and Grevin following inside. You enter inside to find the rustic cabin is adorned with as much pumpkin furniture as there are pumpkins outside. You can see the armchairs, the couch, everything is made of pumpkins. As he makes his way over to the kitchen, he says, "It'll be just a few minutes. Please, Scrunge, get them talking to each other. Ask some questions while I get the food prepared. I'll call to you when I need your help." As Brood disappears into the kitchen, as you all see a nice little living room arrangement in front of you. Plenty of seats for everybody.
Well, this is awkward. So tell me a bit about yourselves, yes?
As Scrunge,
Looking to
Yes.
the whole party.
Scrunge
Oh,
looking
okay.
to the three of you all.
I am a dwarven draconic dwarf. Oh, I'm cutting it out.
You're good.
I fought in battle in my years. I was trained as a soldier and became a paladin afterwards, and fought many orcs in my past life. Now I'm seeking a new adventure.
Orcs are tricky ones. They can be very dangerous.
Yes.
As
So you're seeking new adventure. Was anything in specific? Did anything in specific take you towards this specific adventure?
Treasure. Oh, I love treasure.
Ah, me too, my friend.
Yeah, in this moment, the Scrunge and Fremlin really feel a connecting bond. Dwarves' love for gold, especially a draconic dwarf, who, you know, dragons liking gold as well, and being a dwarf, and then you being a goblin, you guys click instantly. As you guys are sitting there talking to each other for a second, the room kind of falls to a hush, giving Grevin and Zareth an opportunity to speak.
Zareth actually just isn't listening to the conversation. He's gonna go, "Hi, wait, what are we talking about?"
Why you're here, and of course, your
And,
life.
Grevin would probably be more off into a corner somewhere, just tending to his raven.
Zareth is gonna say,
I'm here for one thing: revenge.
Well, that's also something. What are you getting revenge on?
I was about to say his mother. No, he's gonna say,
You probably wouldn't understand, so let's just say an old enemy.
Well, I also have mine of those. Let's see where this revenge takes you.
As Scrunge, you say this, you kind of notice Grevin sitting off in the corner by himself, and you feel like you should probably try to break the ice, get him also involved in the conversation somehow. You notice his love for his bird.
Yeah, and I actually had a plan for that. Noticing his love for bird, Scrunge will summon his.
Matchbox just stopped. I think Discord.
Well, not that big.
I think Discord just did a whole thing.
There, everything.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything just kind of cut out there.
Yeah,
yeah.
What did you say, Kareem? What are you doing? I heard nothing. It cut out.
Oh, damn. So, seeing him tend to his bird, Scrunge would summon his own animal companion. An eagle, quite small, but what looks to be a bald eagle, and send it over to Grevin with some food for the raven.
Can I do like an Arcana check to try and figure out what he just did? Like, did he say summoning magic? Because he said he summons it. Like, how does the bird appear?
Well, it doesn't just appear. He summons it from another room. It is his beast companion.
Yeah, so he like calls to it. Like
Gotcha.
he gives like a whistle.
Yeah, it's a regular animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he whistles
Gotcha.
and the eagle comes.
Okay. The raven Krelvax just kind of stares at him, kind of funny, and doesn't really. He sees the food, so Grevin will hold out a good berry for the eagle.
Oh, great! So they trade food.
They won't. Grevin won't take the morsel of food.
Oh, okay. So Scrunch just says, the food. It is for the bird.
Krelvax doesn't require any sort of sustenance, and if he does desire some sort of food, he usually just munches on a good berry.
Ah, okay.
And you can tell Grevin is still wary. It's not necessarily that he doesn't want to take the food, it's just that he doesn't trust the food.
Ah, well, such is spirit. If you don't want it, I will gladly take it back. As the eagle flies back with the food, and he asks, "So, where did you get this bird of yours?"
He's a friend of mine who helped me through a great struggle and taught me a lot of things in order for me to find what I seek. He taught me a ritual to be able to summon a companion from the Feywilds, whom is Krelvax. Krelvax will like flap his wings a little bit.
Ah, that sounds like a good friend you had.
As the as the eagle comes flying back to you, Scrunge, it's quickly intercepted midair by a crow that is that covered in silver feathers. As they kind of the crow flies directly into the eagle, and they begin to do this they're not fighting, but they're playing. Obviously. It's very visibly, yeah. And the crow's trying to take the food from the eagle as much as it can, but the eagle is just too big, and it has a little bit of weight and size on the crow, so it's able to bat it away with its wings, and the crow goes flying back over as you hear from the kitchen, Anbu, play nice! Leave that eagle alone! As the crow quickly goes flying up to a window and perching up top, kind of just staring down at all of you. You see the beautiful silver feathers as it just snaps its head looking at all of you, and then it opens its beak and says, fuck you guys! Revealing the crow can talk.
Andrew, always the trickster.
He turns his head to you, Scrunge. He says, fuck off, green one!
And fuck you too.
As the crow holds up its feathers, and it's obviously not able to hold up a middle finger, but it's ruffling its feathers in a way.
It is the bird equivalent.
It's ruffling its feathers, it's spreading them where one single feather is sticking down and the rest of the feathers going that way and going the other way.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a middle finger feather.
Yeah. Scrunge just little one. As he starts taking some food.
Yeah, as Anbu quickly sits down in his nest, and it reveals that Anbu has food in his nest already as he grabs food out of the nest and begins to eat, the little selfish bastard. As Anbu turns to looking at all of you and says, "Right? So revenge, adventure, and a brooding mysterious one. Really? This is the best we could do? Right?"
Sometimes the good ones go away.
You all three of you hear this, and you see Scrunge and Anbu kind of shit talking. What do you all say?
Well, Grubman's still in the corner.
What
He
was
doesn't pay it
it?
much mind.
A bird talking, that's the first. Even though, dragons talk, but we don't talk about that.
What? This is the first time I've seen a dwarf as short as you. What?
I'm not short, I'm tall.
Striking a nerve very clearly. The Anbu kind of chuckles to
I am
himself.
taller than a dwarf.
And as Scrunge just chirps up, yeah, and I'm a fairy.
You better watch out. You better watch out for that bird. It might be lunch later.
As you
Nope.
hear Brute say, don't eat my bird. I'm bringing food in just a moment.
All right, beware. Put that muzzle on that bird.
If I could muzzle him, trust me I would, pal. He shit talks even me. And then you see Anbu turn his head to the kitchen doorway and say, fuck you, fat old man. As the bird...
Oh, now I understand who's the leader here now.
Scrunge is very quick to just jump on, say, it's Amber. It's Amber.
Damn right, it's me. As Anbu begins to pick into his feathers, and he begins to simmer down, nestling into his nest. You see him begin to close his eyes. All right, I'm taking a nap till we leave. Wake me when it's time. As you hear Brood shout from the kitchen, "Hi, Anbu, rest well, buddy." Fucking old cunt. As you all hear Brood continuing to scuffle around in the kitchen, getting things ready. Dinner is still not quite ready. As Brood continues to get everything going, we cut over to Zareth. Zareth, what is Zareth doing? Are you looking around the room? You know, where did you sit? There's a long couch. There's a few individual chairs. Grevin's found a chair off in the corner of the room by himself. How are you making yourself at home?
He's touching shit, and he's accidentally breaking shit. Like, he's accidentally knocking down things, and it's breaking.
Oh yeah, and you see right
He's
after.
so big, he has massive tail.
Yeah, your tail keeps smacking things accidentally. They fall over, topple over, break. You're a little bit of like like the chemicals will ooze off you, just like kind of melting away at some stuff ever so slightly. But you notice that, or everyone else kind of notices as you're doing this, like unknowingly destroying stuff, like just like kind of being like a bull in a china shop. The second something hits the ground or breaks or dissolves a little bit, almost instantly, it's like a rewind spell happens and the thing is back in place. It's perfectly in good condition and nothing is scratched about it.
The immediate thought is, what happens if I blow up this area?
So Zareth, you yourself, because of your nature, your unknowing destroyer, you don't even notice that you're destroying things. So the fact that it's fixed, it doesn't even make any difference to you. So you don't even notice this effect. You're so oblivious to it.
He does know it happens. He just doesn't know how to control it. Essentially, like he can't stop it.
So, Grevin seeing the items break and reform themselves is going to try to understand what kind of magic is causing that.
Go ahead and roll me Arcana. First roll of today.
Ooga booga.
It's gonna be a nat 1, knowing our proficiency.
It's a 12.
No nat 1s today.
Can I roll? Can I roll?
It's a 12,
A
sir.
12. Okay. Yeah. Fremlin, if you would like to roll as well, please go ahead.
Let me go to my. Let me fix that. Setting. Roll a d20.
Yes. Roll it's your. So you'll add your Arcana modifier. Yeah, you'll roll a
That's
d20.
not loading up.
Roll a d20. Add your Arcana modifier.
Arcana. I don't think I have Arcana. Let me.
You do. Everyone's got it. You just go to your D&D Beyond, check your skills. It's at the very top. It's your first one.
No, it's number 3.
Oh, it's number 3. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Where would that be? Skills.
Yes, it's in your
Yeah.
skills.
I got -1, so just do -1.
All right. Yep. So you'll roll a d20 and you'll do -1.
Nope. -1, and I do disadvantage or advantage.
Just regular.
Regular. I think I rolled a d7.
Yeah.
Let me take the d12 out.
Yeah. Just roll a d20. It's the very. It's the one right above the
Yeah.
bottom one, where it says 0, 0. The one right above that's the d20. There you go. Perfect. So you got a 17.
18.
Okay.
7.
So 17. Very good. Very good. All right. So yeah, you look at this Fremlin and you kind of try to figure out what the fuck is happening, and you quickly realize that the house is enchanted. Grevin, you feel that the house is enchanted as well, though you don't really understand the full comprehension of it, right? You think maybe it's just like a prestigious that whatever that spell's pronounced as.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah. You think it might be like a mass version of that spell, but Fremlin sees the full extent that this entire house, every chair, every wall is made of magic itself.
Can I, does it look more religion than
No, you can tell very clearly this is bardic magic. It's just like the
Okay.
magic that he used earlier to create that stage. You can tell that he has used his
Okay.
magic to build this home.
Okay. So everything's magical in this home.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. It's a lot of magic, I see.
The
Grevin,
master of this house would be very powerful indeed.
yeah, you hear that. You see for yourself what you see. As you
So
hear.
kind of, to me, it would be kind of maybe similar to the mage's magic that I lived with.
He's a wizard.
Yeah.
So no, it's very different. You are able to tell that it's the bard. You can tell it's a bard style of magic. That you are able to tell, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. With that, as you all begin to settle in, Zephyr, after a while, there's nothing new to see. Do you finally sit down?
He's deafened.
Oh, he's deafened. Damn it. Did he DM me? He did DM me. That's my fault. Okay. Zareth does indeed sit down, and he nestles into one of the seats, finally done looking around at everything. You see Brood begin to make his way into the living room carrying some plates. He sets down a plate for each of you, one on a little side table next to you, Grevin, sitting down one in front of Zareth on the coffee table, followed by another one in front of Fremlin upon the coffee table. Lastly, walking over to Scrunge and giving one to Scrunge as well. As he walks back into the kitchen, you hear him clattering and clanging as he begins to bring out a large metal pot. Setting the pot down, as he sets it down on the table, a little magic pot holder appearing underneath it, stopping it from being placed directly on the material itself. As he looks at all of you and he says, "All right, it is dinner time. Please, everyone, dig in," as he opens up the pot, and you all smell the wafting smell of delicious pumpkin stew. The soft sweetness mixed with cinnamon, nutmeg, and other various spices wafts through your nose. It even ruffles Ondu awake from his sleep as he begins to raise his eyes, looking down. He says, "Ah, dinner time, great!" As he flies down and he lands next to the big metal dish. He takes his claw and he grabs the scoop and he scoops it up. And it reveals he has a little wooden bowl that he also brought down from his nest. As he pours the soup into the little metal bowl, dropping the serving spoon back into the pot, he carries his bowl up to the perch and he begins to feast on the pumpkin stew.
Can I do a perception check? Not perception. See if there's any poison. Says first time meeting this guy.
Yeah, sure.
And-
Roll me survival.
Survival.
Yeah, so roll a
Takes me
d20.
a second.
D20, add your survival.
Let me go back to my character sheet because I just switched out survival. It says survival.
So 14 from Grevin.
Survival. Can't see it. -1.
So would you roll?
So D20.
Grevin, you just rolled, right?
14,
Nat
yeah.
20. Nat 20.
Damn. Nice.
Yeah. You both
19.
can tell that there is no poison, that it is just regular
Yeah.
pumpkin stew.
Okay. Always check my food.
As you say this, you turn over to see Scrunge has filled his bowl and is devouring it. So unless Brood is cool with poisoning not only his own bird but also his own assistant, yeah, it's pretty clearly that it's just
Yeah.
it's just pumpkin stew. As you see, Zephyr also pours himself a bowl and begins to devour it. Just he doesn't even use the silverware offered. He just digging his hands into it, scooping it into his mouth, just slurping it down. You all, Grevin, do you eat the food?
I will slowly eat just a little bit. Not gonna eat much because again I'm pretty much full because of my own good berries. So
Yeah. Tasting a little bit of
it's
it.
not even like I need the food.
Yeah.
I'll eat the slowly, so I don't ruin my appetite for later.
Yeah, you all begin to feast on this nice little dish. Grevin just having a little bit of it, Fremlin slowly eating, just making sure not to overfill yourself. Zareth just plowing through it, along with Scrunge just devouring the food. You're all very delighted. It tastes amazing. There's a simmering cinnamon sweetness along with the pumpkin. It has some vegetables you weren't expecting in it that really make it for a nice addition. Carrots and celery, some other various things. It's so nice and so filling that you all gain. Second.
I say, I didn't get a chance. I didn't want to interrupt you, but seeing that Grevin ate some Krovax is also going to be chowing down on it.
Okay.
Probably more so than Grevin in general.
You all gain 2 permanent temporary hit points. So these will not go away on a long rest or short rest. They will go away when you lose them.
Okay, so my hit points is at where?
So you can literally on D&D Beyond you can add temporary hit points.
Yeah,
So
that's
just go to your HP and then just add 2 temp HP. All right. As you all begin to finish your feast, Brood comes back out saying, "All right, all the cleaning is done. We are ready to take off. Is everyone happy with the meal? Is everyone full?" Looking around to all of you.
Quite an interesting meal. It almost feels like I'm invigorated by it.
That would be the magic
What did you
of
add
the
to it?
pumpkins. This pumpkin patch sits upon magic soil. All of the pumpkins grow here. Give a little bit of oomph when you eat them.
I'd be very interested in learning how you cultivate these pumpkins.
Actually, I didn't. Simply found this place and purchased the land from the nearby kingdom as my own. It was expensive. Took nearly 50% of my fortune at the time, but it was well worth it. I love this place. He says, looking around at the beautiful home he has built as he taps upon the walls, dragging his fingers. He begins to make his way over to the door as he opens it up, saying, "All right, everyone, gather your things and let's be on our way."
Does that look proper?
Does what look proper?
My health.
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah. I'm sure it's good, man. Don't worry about it. I'll check it.
It should show green, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, it looks different. Yep,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah,
Alright.
I'm sure you got it good, man.
Yeah.
As he steps outside, Scrunge, you follow, correct?
Yeah, always.
Quickly following outside, along with the eagle and Anbu swooping outside as well. Zareth quickly making his way up, he follows behind Brood, his tail smashing and destroying a few more things as he exits the building, but once again, they just magically fix themselves back up. Grevin and Fremlin, do you two follow as well?
Yep. I fall before I fall before I get hit whacked by the tail.
Quickly, you dodge over the tail, you make your way out, and you, thank God, didn't get hit by that thing. And as you say that, Zareth walks out and just smacks you right in the forehead. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't deal any damage or anything, but you just feel the sting, and you kind of look over to Zareth, and he looks at you, doesn't even realize it's happened, didn't mean for it to happen in any way.
No, I just still continue walking like, he's just a big guy.
As you all exit the pumpkin patch, you see Brood walking up to this big pumpkin next to his house. That song sucks. And as he walks up to this large pumpkin next to his house, he begins to trace his fingers along the pumpkin in a half circle motion from the bottom of the ground all the way up above his head and back down upon the other side. And as he does this, a door begins to appear, slowly creaking open. And as he steps inside the pumpkin, it ignites in light. You see light just flooding through the open doorway as the pumpkin slams shut. You see the whole thing glowing orange, brightly, just like a glowing fire, like a jack-o'-lantern. And as it all begins to glow brighter and brighter, suddenly the same tracing of a door that caused a small one to appear for Brood begins to appear, but in a much larger scale. And as this happens, rather than becoming a simple door, it turns into a large double entry gateway. And the gate slowly begins to open. And inside of the pumpkin, you see a large caravan being pulled by a equally as large ferret. His name is not Klaus. Ignore that. The large ferret begins to walk, exiting the pumpkin, pulling the caravan behind it. And upon the caravan's bench, holding the reins for the ferret, you see Brood sitting upon the benched seat, saying, "All right, everybody, hop on inside and let's get on the way towards the Sword Coast." As he pats the bench seat and he gestures for Scrunge to come on up. Scrunge?
Yeah, Scrunge follows.
Scrunge, you scamper on up to the bench seat, sitting next to Brood as Onbu and your bird perch upon your shoulders. As you get nice and ready to leave, as Zareth steps into the cart, sitting down on the farthest exit wall, he waits for Grevin and Fremlin to enter as well.
I am
Well-
inspect this as Firmland. He will inspect this wagon. Say, never seen a big ferret carrying people.
As you say that,
Interesting.
and you're looking at the caravan, you're looking at the ferret. The ferret turns its head to you and says, "Hey, bitch, who you calling a ferret? I'm not a ferret."
Zareth is just gonna go, look at the little guy, and he's gonna start fucking patting him on the head.
He is as big as you, Zareth, and right now you're sitting in the cart.
He's still gonna do it. It's
Yeah.
still funny.
"Hey, not a ferret. And I'm not little. I'm as big as you are, bitch," says, looking at the little dwarven guy.
Yeah, but you're skinny.
Turns over to you and he says, "I'm not as big as you, man. I'm big as him," gesturing with his paw to Fremlin, the little dwarven guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that guy over there, but I'm gonna hop in. Apologize.
Yeah, get in the cot. The Brood
Where
looks
did this
down.
cart come from? Did it just like pop out of nowhere, or?
Did you not hear the whole thing I was doing? I did a whole scene. I described the whole scene, man, of where the cart came from and everything.
It flew in, right? Is that...
No, he walked.
drove in.
So he walked into a giant pumpkin. He made a magical door in a giant pumpkin. Walked into it.
Oh,
The door closed behind him. The whole pumpkin began to glow, and then a big door appeared on the pumpkin, and he and the cart came out. Yeah.
Very interesting magic. And quite an interesting creature that you are as well.
He looks to you and he says, "I used to be an elf like you, you know."
And then I took an
What
arrow
happened
to the
to
knee.
He looks at you and he says, "Buddy, you have no idea how true that statement is. I used to be an elf, and then I married a woman that I thought was an elf. Turns out she was a witch, and now I'm a ferret."
Zareth is literally gonna start rolling. He's gonna start laughing at this guy.
Yeah.
Quite unfortunate.
Yeah. I
know,
bit her
there's
head
a way
off
to
after
turn
she
back.
did it, so I guess I got the better end of the
Oh.
stick after all. I guess she...
Caster's dead. There might be no way to reverse it then.
Yep, I've been stuck like this for 56 years now.
Oh man.
It seems that whatever kind of ferret she turned me into also doesn't age. It seems I'm stuck like this until I die. Like something kills me dead. I just can't die from old age. But he lets me eat all the pumpkins I want, and this ferret body really enjoys pumpkins, so it's whatever.
Living your best life.
Are you sure you're 56? You could have just stayed that same age beforehand.
Actually, buddy, I've been a ferret for 56 years, and before that I was 40. So technically speaking, I'm 96.
Oh gosh. Well, could have stayed that same age. Don't know.
I mean, yeah, but I'm still experiencing time in a linear path, and it's still miserable and excruciating. As Brood kind of tugs on the reins. All right. Enough of that, buddy. I know.
Zerus like,
would you be happy to become back an elf?
At this point, I don't even know. As he looks over to Seraph and he says, "You were saying something, buddy. What were you saying?"
Zerif says, 96 or whatever the fuck. Man, you guys are young.
He looks at you and he's like, "All right, yeah. Dragonborns age differently too, don't you? Yeah, the only person probably closest to your age around here is Brood. Even Brood is only like 120 or something."
I'm not a dragonborn. That's what he says.
He looks at you and he's like, and I'm not a ferret. Yeah, buddy. I like your vibe.
Look at the elf, Mike.
Zerif's gonna reply, "Yeah, you look more like an ostrich. Fucking weird neck you've got going on there."
He laughs. Yeah, buddy. Anything but a ferret. Anything but a ferret. As Brood gestures to all of you. All right, guys. Enough with the ferret. Let's get in the cart and let's make our way. Does everyone get inside the cart?
I've already went in the cart after I finished talking to him.
Okay, so you enter the cart. Little man Fremlin enters the cart, and Zareth, you enter the cart.
Yep.
All right. And as everyone gets inside, you hear Brood from the outside. Yeah! All right, Bill, let's go. All right, I'm going. As Bill begins to pull the cart. The 3 days travel is completely uneventful. Only thing occurring is that 3 times a day, the cart stops, Brood prepares a little meal for each of you all, and then continues on, except for at the very end of the night where you guys camp for the night as well. And after 3 days of rinsing, repeating, doing the same thing, all of you guys getting to know each other a little bit better, you all finally arrive at the Sword Coast. With that, we will be taking a 10-minute break. All right. So we're an hour and 20 minutes in, and we've already gotten pretty much the point where we ended last session, which went an hour longer than it was even supposed to. So, I mean,
Wild.
last session. This is episode 1. Last session didn't exist.
But last try. Let's just call it
Nice
that.
try. Nice try.
Anyway, 10-minute break, everybody. We will return at 6 sharp. 6 o'clock EST for my time, whatever the fuck it is for you guys. Britain, goddamn.
It'll be 3 o'clock my time.
All right, guys. I will see all of you guys in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already had my break, but I guess I'm on another break. Woohoo!
See, if you
Are
waited
you
for
on your
everyone
break?
else.
I ate food during that. I was eating food. I was deaf.
I ate food while fucking role-playing.
I have a weird thing where I want complete silence and watch a show when I'm eating. It's weird. Probably autistic in me.
I mean, I think it's just you being weird, I'm gonna be honest.
Here's another thing. I can't sleep without the fan on, even if it's winter and it's freezing cold.
Oh yeah, you told me that one before.
So, you know.
Well, I can close Scrun's character sheet. I mean, what? I have
Of
no
course, we
idea
have
what
to have
he
5 viewers now. God damn it! Everyone watching, please stick around. We will be returning in like 6-7 minutes. Please don't leave the stream. We'll be back.
I popped something in chat. Don't worry. After we run 3-hour sessions, right, on Fridays?
We get done at 7:30, so in an
Yeah.
hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, so 3-hour sessions. Isn't it wild? This is the 3rd episode of one where this for a campaign on Fridays. Well, 4th. Well, 3rd for our group.
It's actually the 4th, I'm pretty sure. We had 2 session 0s and 2 session 1s.
No,
Is
this
it?
is
Yeah.
third. Is it? Hold on.
I mean,
Oh,
4 if
we
you
said we had
count.
2 session 0s. And then
Oh,
we
yeah.
just, like, the first session 0 was a different campaign.
Yeah.
Then we had another session 0. Now this is the second time we've had the first episode.
correct. Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. With that, we are ready to return.
Yeah. Oh my god, Valorant, I actually do not care about your Discord messages. No.
Okay.
You pinged
Falcon,
me,
you here?
I do not care.
You're muted currently. Just want to make sure you're here.
Oh, you're here. Never mind.
Ah.
Don't need to ping you.
Oh, Xerx's picture still isn't showing up because he's still behind Matchbox. I changed Matchbox's nickname and everything, and it still isn't. Damn.
It's because it's X and not C.
I know. No, I don't want to message. No, I don't want to message Matchbox. I want to change their nickname.
You added an X, I don't know why. With 2 C's, it should be enough.
Misclicked.
Yeah,
I
okay.
misclicked. Change nickname.
You fucking donkey. Nah, I'm joking.
4 Z's. Now they should be behind Xerx. Yes. And now
Yeah.
I have to. Now Xerx's character image is. And it's not even the right one, dude. It's still Echo. I have to change. I forgot to change it back. Of course. Well, we've got the time real quick while we're waiting for Falcon. You're here, buddy?
I'm back.
Okay, you're here.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Just take me a quick second to do this.
I put my laundry away.
Man, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
What are you, some sort of productive, responsible adult? Putting away your laundry. What a guy.
Well, not putting my laundry away. Doing my laundry.
That's fair.
Yes, we have to be responsible adults or we're no adults.
Okay.
You don't have to be.
The unfortunate reality.
Society tells you you have to be. You don't have to be a responsible adult. It
Yeah, just walk around naked all the time. We'll be fine.
No, well, that's illegal. But it helps being.
There.
It helps being responsible.
Okay. Now our shit's right. Oh my god, of course. Didn't even have shit right. Of course, my dad.
Hey, you've made it through the session so far without calling him Sepher, so I guess that's an improvement.
That's good too. Don't even say that name,
Yeah.
damn it. You're gonna get me fucking twisted.
I thought he said Zephyr multiple times. I was just ignoring it.
No, he said Seraph all the times.
Alright.
And funnily enough, I'm gonna get D&D Orphan twisted with Vadagar and Sepher.
Alright. As you all reach the location of the carnival upon the Sword Coast, you all see in the distance the large carnival itself. The time of day upon your arrival is just about sunset. As you see the sun setting in the distance, you also see from the sky a black vortex begin to appear swirling round and round and round and round. It spins and spins, the black vortex opening wider and wider. You think the dark god Cthulhu himself is going to descend until suddenly a bunch of rainbow multicolored carts beginning to descend down, pulled by beautiful horses adorned with fake unicorn horns and fake butterfly wings. You see large foxes also carrying carts down. It seems more of the large carnival is arriving. You see these carts descend from the sky, pulled to the ground, nestling with the rest of the carnival. As you all get closer and closer, closer and closer. With that, we have our first scene change. By the time you finally arrive at the carnival itself, the sun has set and night has fallen. As you all approach, Brood leads the caravan off to a spot of parking where you see a bunch of other caravans and horses all currently resting, waiting for their owners to finish having a fun time at the carnival and wait and come and gather them. As Bill the ferret stops, saying, "All right, get off, everyone. I'm gonna eat some food while you guys go do your shits. I'll be here when you gets back." As Brood gives Bill some carrots, gets down from the caravan, followed by Scrunge, and then we cut to the back of the caravan, where everyone begins to exit. Zareth, you were the first to speak, so you are the first to exit the cart. What do you do? Zareth?
Oh, okay. Zareth is, he's gonna talk about food. Zareth is gonna says, food doesn't sound too bad right now. And he licks his lips looking at the ferret.
Ferret looks at you and he says, "Hey, I've already eaten a witch. I don't know what dragon meat tastes like, but I'm down to find out, buddies."
I've eaten worse.
As Brood quickly turns to you and says, "All right, enough of this, please. Don't be threatening to eat Bill. I need Bill, okay? Anyway, come," as he gestures. Scrunge, you hopping down, following behind him as Brood begins to walk up towards the carnival. Zareth, do you follow behind him?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. As Zareth, you follow behind, the other two people exit the cart. Ignore that fairy. Fremlin
What
and
fairy?
Greven, you two exit the cart, seeing Brood beginning to walk towards it. What do you guys do?
So as I hop off the cart, I'll turn to the ferret, to Bill, and then I'll hold out a good berry for him and be like, "Thank you very much for bringing us here."
Looks at the good berry, he takes his little ferret paw, and he slowly grabs it from you, and he gives it a little sniff as he nibbles on it, and he pops it down, and that's mighty fine. Thank you very much. It's good to see appreciation.
Welcome. You shouldn't feel hunger for the next 24 hours now. I'll turn and continue walking to follow behind Brood.
Right. And Fremlin, the last to exit the cart. You see Bill. Do you say anything to him? Falcon?
Oh. Appreciate the ride. I will give you. I think I have a ration. Some type of ration. I don't think it's in my chart.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
You pull out a little ration and you give it over to Bill. And Bill, thank you very much. Appreciated, pal. As you quickly follow up. And as you run up to the group, Fremlin, Brood has just reached the ticket booth of the carnival. All of you guys see this large carnival. Looking past the ticket booth, you can see countless large tents and attractions set up. Children and adults alike, adults alike, all running around. You can hear them, their gleeful cheers and cries as they all. You can see they're having so much fun. The different attractions all spinning to life, making everyone just so energized and excited. And directly in front of you lies the ticket booth, which exists right in front of a bridge that overtakes what seems to be a stream. Though you notice the water where the what appears to be water and the earth meet, there's no erosion, there's no natural beach that has been created from time. It seems like the stream has just appeared, like it snapped and has come to be. It's very, very strange. And looking at it closer, you notice that it doesn't even seem to be water. It's almost translucent and glowing, filled with magic and... Oh, what the fuck? You see some kind of shadows lurking, but you don't know what they are. You can't make them out. Hold on.
I have quite the keen passive perception of, I believe, 17 is my passive.
Yeah, they're just, it seems to be too deep down. You just can't quite make out what it is. If you want to roll, go ahead.
Yes, I would love to.
Go ahead. As you kind of wander on over to the water side, getting a closer look, attempting to see.
There's the nat one.
Sadly, looking inside, you just can't make it out. It's just impossible
I'll
to
ask,
tell.
Krovax, can you tell what this is?
Looking down at it, Krovax looks at it. Can the companion do things like that? I don't know.
Yep. That's a +3, that's 15.
All right, looking in the water, he says that he can make out a shape, some kind of figure, but that's all.
You're not familiar with what type of creature that might be. Interesting.
It's just too shrouded in shadows. It's too dark. Neither of you guys can get a good look.
Can I see?
You
Is it daylight or dark?
It's dark. Yeah, it's dark out, but it's not like so
Well,
dark.
then I'm gonna use my dark vision.
Your dark vision's active whenever you need it and stuff. Don't worry about it. You don't have to use it or anything. But regardless of dark vision or not, it's just like so deep in this water or whatever this is, that it's shrouded in shadows. You can roll perception, but you don't get any advantage or anything like that.
Yeah, I get a -1, so I'm gonna just roll, see what I get.
Okay. Perception's -1.
Yeah, give me a second. My internet is being buggy.
You're good.
And Discord's been acting funky today. Okay. Pulling back in. Let me install that. Okay, where's the dice? -1. One dice. It's not popping up. There we go.
There we go. So 16. You try to figure out what it is, but you can't quite make it out either. It's just too deep in there.
So she said.
All right.
And as the two of you are attempting to look into this strange magical water type thing, we cut over to Brood, just about to speak to an old goblin with a golden cone that he holds up to his ear in a large glass, glass magnifying glass that he holds up to his eyes to help him see and hear. And right before he speaks, we cut to the back, inside of the carnival, where a lowly carnival worker can be seen staring at the bridge at the entry booth. 3 days ago, you were approached by a crow carrying a letter. This letter foretold the arrival of adventurers seeking a path to the Feywild through your carnival. Although you've heard the carnival contains such a Fey crossing, you've never gone through the trouble of finding it. The letter says that I, Brood, thought you might want to help me and these adventurers, even going so far to imply that the fate of the Witchlight Carnival very well might hinge on their success, as well as offering 25 gold for the job as a guide. Caliph, how did you respond to finding this letter?
Well, Caliph didn't think much of it originally. But he said, but then on the day he was like, well, what's the harm? If they don't show up, they don't show up, and it's no difference. If they do show up, it's 25 gold pieces extra. That can't be too bad.
So you begrudgingly accept, waiting for them to show up day by day, passing until the third day finally comes, where you expect to find them arriving sometime early within the day, but they do not arrive. The whole day goes by, the carnival raging on, and they never seem to show. You continuously dodge some of your work duties throughout the day, attempting to find your way to the entrance so you can meet them there when they hopefully arrive. That payout just sounding so nice in your mind. And after so many attempts, you've garnered the attention from one of the Witchlight owners, Mr. Hold on.
Mr. Light?
No, Mr. Light's the one you're good with, right?
Yeah,
Mr. Witch.
Mr. Witch.
So Mr. Witch, who, after the third or fourth break, begins to chastise you, telling you to get back to work. Though you continue your endeavor, attempting to sneak off every now and then to get to the entrance to see if you can find them, and it's the very beginning of nightfall, as night has fallen, looking up, seeing the twilight stars upon the apricot sky, the whirling and twirling of the large dragonflies flying above your head. That's when you finally see them, as a large crowd gathers at the entrance, eager to buy tickets. You notice a few individuals who seem to garner some trouble. They don't look like the normal rabble. But as you're beginning to walk up to them to try to help them, suddenly Mr. Witch appears, scowling and telling you for the fifth time today to get back to work, and if you don't, well, you won't be working here any longer. You take the threat seriously, knowing Mr. Witch not to be a kidding man, and you quickly make your way to snail racing, where you have been set to be the announcer for today's races, disappearing from the scene. Back outside to the players, as the first stars of the night begin to twinkle across the apricot sunset, you see the giant dragonflies whirling overhead, trailing streamers. A low mist curls over the ground. You see the floral archway, the vibrant, wondrous creatures inside, elves on stilts, dancing fairies, painted performers. Everywhere there is laughter, pixie dust, bubbles, and the wistful tune of a whistling calliope. Behind the entrance sits a silver statue of a dancing fairy mounted on the roof. In front of it sits the ticket booth, surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with animated depictions of the night sky, shooting stars running across it. Sitting inside is an elderly goblin, perched upon the counter, peering down at you through his spyglass. He calls out, "Greetings, fair goers!" As Brood responds, "Aye, we are here for the carnival. Isn't that right, fellers?" Pointing to all of you, waiting for you to chime in.
That is right.
Revan will give a nod.
Zareth.
Get my fingers down. What's up?
Brood's just gesturing to everyone, we're here for the carnival.
What?
He said, "We're here for the carnival, aren't we, fellas?" And then he gestured to everyone else.
Oh, yeah. He's too busy. He's looking at all the women passing by.
Yeah. As the old goblin, inspecting all of you, says, "Very well. That will be 1 fey gold apiece." And as he says this, you all hear these words, 1 fey gold apiece. As Brood's eyes widen and his jaw begins to lower, kind of worryingly. I'm sorry, what is a fey gold exactly? I thought it was just a single gold to enter in. "Oh, no, buddy," says the old goblin. No, we've had too many riffraff getting in the past few years, so now there's a entry system we've concocted. To get inside, you need the referral of someone who's been in previously. So, that is a fey gold. And unless you have one, you can't buy a ticket. Does any of you have a fey gold?" Looking around to everyone else past Brood.
He's simply gonna be like, fuck this, I'm finding a new way. And then he's just gonna start walking around the area, just seeing if he can find anything that's gonna be of
Fortunately,
use.
I don't have a fey gold.
Yeah. Is there
any way that we may be able to work to acquire one?
Yeah, I can work for one. I don't mind working for Carnival.
Scrunged.
No. Why would I have one?
As Brood, worryingly looking around, says, just a moment, if you would." And as the old man turns to you all and says, "I'm sorry, but there is no working to get a fey gold. You have to know someone who already has one, and they must give you their spare."
So you
Well, and how did
guys
they
are not
acquire one?
hired?
Grevin, what was that?
Said, how did they acquire one?
5 years ago, when we first implemented the system, we gave out 1 free fey gold to every person who entered when they bought their ticket, and upon leaving, they got a referral fey gold. Theirs, all they have to do is turn it in, and upon leaving, you will receive it back. And they give their spare to someone they would like to recommend to the carnival. And without knowing someone who has that spare, you sadly cannot get in.
It was quite
So
unfortunate.
you
We
guys
traveled
are
a
not-
long way.
Yeah, we traveled so long. Wait to come here.
As he said, he turns to you and says, "I am sorry. You may have traveled a while, but those are the rules, and the rules are the rules." As he kind of quickly turns his attention to other people who are also attempting to buy tickets. As Brood kind of turns to all of you and he says, come on, gather around." He walks back away from the ticket booth out of earshot, pulling you all to the side as he looks and he says, "Zephyr, I think you have the right idea, buddy. Maybe we can find another way inside. If we follow this stream, river, whatever this is, maybe there's a spot, a dry patch, where we can make our way across."
There was the Zephyr
Interesting.
laughter.
What?
Provide me a moment, and I'll send Krovax to go look for it. See if he can spot it.
There was the slip up. You said Zephyr.
Ah, did I? Son of a bitch, Zareth.
Yeah.
Zareth, I think you have the correct idea, is what I meant to say. Son of a bitch. Damn it, why'd you have to
Yeah,
say
he-
it?
I've been waiting the whole session.
Wait, he said what?
He said Zephyr instead of
I
Seraph.
called you Zephyr
Oh.
accidentally. It's just miss-say. Zareth, Brood was saying that he agrees with you that you have a good idea trying to find another way in. And then Grevin just said that he's going to have his crow go look for one. So, Grevin, go ahead and roleplay it out.
So I'll just look at Krovax, and Krovax will fly up and just get a bird's eye view. Should be relatively easy to spot if there is one.
He begins to fly around, realizing that the carnival's a lot bigger than you realized. As it takes some time, but Krovax makes his way back to you, Grevin, perching on your shoulder after about, say, 3 minutes of searching, and reports to you that if we follow the river down and left, that there is some bleachers that seem to act as a set of walls where the stream ends, and there is a large crack in the bleachers. And upon hearing this, Brood gets very excited and quickly grabbing onto Scrunge, he begins to run, racing down the stream. Come on, everyone, let's make our way! As you all
I will
begin to-
follow.
How did Krovax? How did he hear you?
Kovacs turns to you and, still speaking within your mind, he says, I have no idea. As we change scenes. As we change scenes, we cut back to the same carnival worker who we saw not too long ago. Caliph, as you stand beginning to gesture people to come and sit, see the snail races, standing upon your stage, speaking your words, you notice the bleachers. Looking through the large center cracks that act as the spacers, you can see the back wall where it's normally completely pitch black. A large crack, big enough for a person to easily walk inside, has appeared. Light bathing its way through this opening. An opening that you know just mere hours ago was not there. And as we see this opening, we cut back outside, where we see Brood and Scrunge quickly finding this opening, running up to it, looking back to all of you who are just barely making your way over in time to see him and Scrunge call out to you all saying, "Come on, fellers, in here," as they quickly dart their way inside, disappearing. Give me 1 second, my dog is going crazy. I'll be right back.
What's the dog doing?
All right. Sorry about that. As they dart into these bleachers, disappearing into the darkness underneath them, you all see the crack. And you all begin to approach it. Who's the first to enter?
Me.
Fremlin,
Sit on the tank.
following quickly behind Brood, you make your way into the bleachers. You can see nothing but pitch black darkness as you begin to shimmy your way through the narrow passage. As Fremlin runs in, you, Grevin and Zareth, you see him go in, and who enters next?
Uh,
Can I see
I-
anything
I-
with
I-
my dark vision?
I push one of them in.
All right. Grevin, are you caught by surprise by this? Would you like to roll to avoid the push, or are you just going to let it go? Grevin? Twisted?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely not. No, I'm definitely not going to allow that. I mean, I don't think I would have been standing close enough for him to push him because I'm A, wary of strangers, and also very wary of him from something he said earlier.
Well, I was gonna eat someone.
Yeah.
No. When you said you were going to rule demon kind.
Oh.
At the very, very beginning, which my sole mission is to slay demons. So, as far as I can see, that you are a potential enemy.
Fair enough.
Session
Well,
one of
Grevin-
the party is
Grevin-
already fighting.
Grevin, I think you would also understand the concept that while demons existing within the mortal realm shouldn't be, because they're supposed to exist in the demon realm, someone still has to rule demons. I feel like Grevin would still understand the concept that while
And
they're
he-
bad,
his
a ruler is
bloodthirst
still
for slaying demons. He's like wickedly traumatized from demons. Like the only good demon to him is a dead one.
okay.
Ooh.
Fair point. All right.
He spent
I agree.
years studying them, learning their language, and yeah, with the intent of slaying them.
All right. Well, you see Fremlin enter in. Zareth. You see Grevin standing too far back to be pushed in the first place.
I will gesture to let him go first.
Okay.
Can I
Zareth?
see in the dark?
He's gonna wait for him to go, and he's not dumb. He got tricked once. He ain't getting tricked again.
So I guess we're just gonna stand here.
Yeah. Let's
I
play,
come
let's play
out,
rock paper scissors.
I come out and tell him, hey, what's taking so long?
Fremlin pops his head
Oh.
back out the crack, saying he's waiting for you two.
I'm waiting for this
Come on, you-
dragonborn who seems quite clumsy.
Come on,
going
you slowpoke, you
first, so I can avoid
scaredy
his
cats.
clumsy tail.
I go back in.
As Fremlin disappears back inside, Zareth, your clumsy, unknowingly destructive tail hooks on to the crack of the bleachers and pulls you inside. As you're
I will slowly
yanked.
follow at a distance.
As you're yanked into the bleachers by your own tail, hooking accidentally onto the bleachers, and rather than ripping the bleachers apart and destroying them, you realize that the bleachers are stronger than you are, and you get pulled by your own tail into the darkness and begin to shimmy your way in, as Grevin also makes his way in. And as all three of you are shimmying your way through the darkness, yes, everyone with dark vision being able to see, still, obviously dark vision doesn't mean you see in colors, it's all like black and white shades and such, but you do, are able to make your way as you shuffle through. But then suddenly something happens, as everything goes from being black, white, and gray to solid
Right.
black.
Oh, that's not good.
As everything turns to a solid black, you hear the carnival goes round and round. The multiverse is our playground. Nothing's free and nothing's lost. Every visit has its cost.
And then Zareth's like, shut up, you old bag!
As your vision suddenly returns to all of you, and you quickly shuffle your way out, making your way in to the actual carnival grounds itself, you realize in your hands, where something was, there lies
Is it?
something new. As you all your attention is immediately pulled to the carnival worker opposite of you all, standing at the snail racing stage. As their eyes, you can see them through the mask, locks to yours. And Caliph, you begin to see a figure approaching from the darkness. As all of you guys see Caliph, seeing this worker's eyes widen, a chill runs down your spines as you slowly turn around, seeing this wagon. And from the darkness of the wagon, a face begins to emerge, a wicked smile placed upon it, its head tilting in its painted face mask. White face paint with red highlights like a Joker's smile. Long, single bodysuit covered in red feathers with white and red checkers. The long, spindly figure begins to grab onto the wagon, pulling itself out, looking to all of you, tilting its head, revealing how tall he is. Nearly like double Zareth's height. Spindly and thin, contorting his body like a pretzel. He looks to all of you, saying, "Hello. Tickets, please."
Ah, kill it with fire! Punches it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
As he
It's this
looks
thing
to-
that we got.
Can I try to persuade them that with our tickets got taken?
Why would you need to do that, Zareth, when you look down to your hand to see you're holding a ticket?
Is that a golden ticket?
No.
Yo, can I start singing Oompa Loompa songs?
I have a
Oompa
golden
Loompa.
ticket. I have a golden
Oompa
twinkle in my eye. No. Anyway, you look down to your
Good
hand,
enough at singing to get copyrighted.
and you see, all three of you see, you're holding a ticket.
I hand my ticket. Show him that I have a ticket.
So before I notice I have a ticket, when he asks for them, I would just kind of like try to go and druid craft like a flower of some sorts to hand to him, and then I realize I have the ticket in my hand instead.
Yeah. As you all hold up your tickets to him, he looks at you with a smile, saying, "Ah, very, very well. You all seem lost. Why were you underneath those bleachers playing a little game of fun in the dark, were we? Oh, you rascalous boys," he says as he begins to walk past you. Walking up to Caliph, he says, "Oh, Caliph, honey, darling, please come here." He gestures to you to come over to him.
So Kalis just walks up to Mr. Light. Yes, what is it, Mr. Light?
"Oh, darling, could you please show these fine folks around? They seem to be lost, and it breaks my heart," his wide smile turns to a wicked frown, "to see them in such a bad state. I want them to be having a nice time," as his smile quickly returns. "Well, here at the carnival. You have the rest of the night off, dear. You can return to work tomorrow. Act as their guide, would you please? I saw that little note you got." Winky.
Yes, of course, of course, Mr. Light. Of course I can do that, as he bows, as they bow, Caliph bows, and shoots a little look to the staff to look if it has changed color.
The staff is still completely the same.
Okay, great.
As he quickly clicks his heels, he turns back to the rest of you and he says, "All right, you three. Please be acquainted by this fine worker here. They are Caliph, and they will be showing you around the carnival. If you need any help with anything, please don't hesitate to ask them. Now, cuties, I have to be on my way. There's festivities to be getting to. Ta-ta."
Before you leave, are you guys hiring for any performance?
He looks to you and he says, "Sadly, our staff is full at the moment, but when we close up shop for this time, there might be an opening or two. We usually have a few quitters whenever the carnival moves spots."
All right. Thank you.
"Of course, cutie, and toodaloo," as he begins to click his
Uh.
heels, just skipping off. Disappearing.
He must like men. And that's what Zareth says.
No.
Caliph, walking up to the group, you see the three individuals. The large dragonborn, the small little dwarven dragonborn, and the Aladrin elf. What do you say to them?
I'm
as you
not
see them?
small.
Hello, strangers. It seems I am your guide for the night, so, shall we get the magic going as I draw a card from my deck of illusions?
Ah,
Hit with fire.
what card do you draw?
See, I need to roll for that, so, Ooh, I draw the... a lich illusion appears in front of me.
Oh, great.
While it is a lich, because this is the carnival deck of many things, it is a lich adorned in a clown costume. His skeletal face having two rosy painted red circles upon the bones. And rather than a black lich's robe, it is a multicolored white spotted like clown outfit with a large clown hat on his head. The lich gives a cackling as it fades into just dust in the wind.
You know, it'd be really funny if someone's character was like deathly afraid of clowns.
Oh!
Yeah.
Actually, thank you for saying something, Zareth. One momento. Uno momento. I completely forgot. Glad you reminded me.
Afraid of clowns. Oh no.
No.
Much better.
Where is it?
Oh,
Where is it?
I'm not gonna lie, I want to take a massive shit right now.
Shut up.
There's 20 minutes until
Okay.
the session ends.
Here we go. We've got about 40 actually.
Oh, 40?
Yeah, it's only 6.
Oh yeah, it's 30. Yeah, true.
All
We're
right.
we're so used to being late, you know.
All right. So, Zareth, as this lich is seen, you suddenly realize this. That's lame for you. You lost all sense of artistic creativity.
Eh?
You have lost all sense of artistic creativity. Write this down in your notes right now, please.
I don't even have any to begin with, so it doesn't change anything.
No. This means you have no ability to be creative artistically with your attacks.
Oh.
Wait, what?
You have lost your artistic creativity, meaning you are no longer artistically creative, meaning if you want to do something creative with your attacks, you can't think of the ideas to do it. You can only attack in the most plain, boring of ways. You've lost your artistic creativity.
How long does that last for?
You don't know. But whenever you try to think of a creative way to blow something up, all you can think of is just putting a bomb on it at the base of it and blowing it up. There's no flair. There's no excitement. It's so boring and bland. I'm glad I found a way to make this good for you.
How did you make that good for me? What are you thinking about? That's not good for me.
Exactly. It's supposed to be a lost thing. The one I rolled something. Okay. Regardless, Greven, you have lost the ability to smile.
By the way, I want you to know I'm a sorcerer. Literally, that's my entire thing is being creative. You just stole that away from me. That's really bad. No, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Module.
Yeah, welcome to this module. And with that, we have one more. Greven, you lost
He
the
can't
ability.
smile? Wait a minute. That is not of equal value. He can't smile, but I can't fucking use magic correctly. No,
You can still use your magic, you just can't be creative with it. And lastly,
that's outrageous.
oh, Fremlin.
That's a bad one.
Fremlin, you have lost the
Yes?
ability to keep secrets.
Oh man,
Write
that
that down.
sucks.
You are no longer able to keep secrets.
I don't know what that in my ear.
There is an easy way around that, and it's just don't fucking talk.
Well, that's
That is
hard.
true.
'cause it-
But yeah, that is true. But it's gonna be
Assuming assuming you lost the ability to lie, but the ability to keep secrets is if you have a secret,
well, if
you'll
someone asks me a
say
question, I
it.
can't keep that secret because
exactly.
Yeah.
it's a secret of my own secrets.
Not
So I have
really.
to talk about it.
Okay. And with that, you also all notice, as you've lost this part of you, you also begin to search your belongings to see if anything else has been lost. And all of you remove your rare item as it has gone missing.
Oh, you dick.
Everyone,
I already
Which
knew this
one?
was gonna happen.
your rare, not your uncommon, your blue item.
It's not
Already
even in my-
noted.
Yeah.
I already noted on the sheet. It's in the bag of holding that it's lost. Just so I
But-
remember which one I took.
By the way, I want to say mine is already gone from the moment because mine's technically my own blood.
So the blue one.
So
Yeah, the
Yes,
blue
so
one.
the-
Your blue item,
Uh,
you have to remove your blue item. Yep, as it is lost. It seems
okay.
whatever that voice was took only not a part of you, but also something that belonged to you.
So I have to get rid of the arrow catching shield.
Now, I also have to roll a second d8 for all of you. Zareth,
Good thing I have an extra.
write down 5.
I guess 5 days until that goes away.
No, this is just write down 5.
Sounds back.
Okay, Greven, write down 6. And then Fremlin, write down 6. All three of you.
I hope you roll low for mine.
That's so funny. And then of course.
What
Oh,
was
right.
the number?
Caliph, I haven't done yours yet either. You have to write down
What was
a
the number?
6. 6. Write down 6. And write that down next to the lost thing. Write that down next to what you lost,
Yeah.
like your ability to keep secrets. Write down 6 next to that. And then
I don't know
Caliph,
what I mean.
you lose. Caliph.
I already wrote down what I lost to you.
Oh yeah, right.
You asked me to roll before.
Right.
The
person, however,
Yeah.
you get number 8.
Ah, fuck.
Did we not get to know what he lost? He knows what we lost.
I don't know what any of this shit means.
Yeah, Caliph.
I lost the
Caliph,
staff of healing.
Caliph, what
No, but like I lost the ability to smile. He lost. The
Okay,
ability to secret.
so what? Well, you can always ask Caliph because he lost it a while ago.
So that should be. I'll say, nice.
But
We all knew what we lost.
Caliph lost.
I just put in my notes.
Yeah. Caliph lost a picture of his mother, or their mother, technically. When he was very young, when he came to the carnival at the age of 8.
All right. And with that, everyone has their numbers. Everyone has what they have lost.
Mhm.
Everyone has removed their rare item.
Yes.
And now we return back to the campaign.
Good thing I have another shield.
Mhm, exactly. That's why I had people get backup items of some things because, yeah, I knew you guys would be losing your rare items. That was planned. I can't lie.
Well, I still have the
Uncommon.
the uncommon, but it's green, right? Uncommon.
Yes, your uncommons, your green.
What weapon is it? It's the sound of warning. It's warning.
Still keep that.
Warning.
We still keep the rare item or the uncommon. Sorry.
Uncommon. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Warhammer of Warning.
That's a
I
great
don't know
one.
what it does.
When you're attuned, it gives you advantage on initiative and anyone within 30
Okay,
feet.
I'm gonna do that
And
right now.
it wakes you if you're sleeping through non-magical means.
All right.
So I'm gonna tune it. I'm gonna tune my
Oh yeah, anything that you
Weapon?
didn't, you would have had everything attuned to you already. So make sure you already, you would have already had.
Yeah,
it
I'm
all
doing
done.
that right now.
Yeah, so you're good. Don't worry about that.
Uh,
All right.
So do you want to do the backstory now for Caliph?
Yes, indeedy do.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and do that real quick. As we finally meet Kareem's real character, Caliph, we zoom in on Caliph to see Caliph's eyes and learn a little bit more about Caliph. When Caliph was a young adult, they lost the last image of their only family. A delicate, faded sketch drawn long, long ago. The only memento they had left after their mother's death. The picture wasn't just a keepsake, it was a lifeline. For someone who saw themselves as a chameleon, having to constantly shift their personality and style to fit in with whoever they were around. They never knew who their real self was. So losing that lifeline, the only tether to knowing who they were, the reminder, it hurt. The sketch was lost in a moment of carelessness, swept away by a strange, playful wind one autumn night. Rumors swirled that it had been carried into the Feywild itself, snatched up by mischievous hands, or lured by some hidden magic. Desperate to recover it, Caliph followed every lead, eventually learning of the Witchlight Carnival, a traveling extravaganza moving between worlds. They thought that if there was any chance of finding it, this would be it. With no other clues and no clear way into the Feywild, Caliph offered their services to the carnival, hoping to earn the trust of the enigmatic owners. This is how Caliph began their relationship with Mr. Light. To Caliph's surprise, Mr. Light was flamboyant, silver-tongued and energetic, a ringmaster of ringmasters, and took an immediate shine to Caliph. Mr. Light seemed to sense something unusual about Caliph, perhaps a shared spark of chaos or a flicker of sorrow that mirrored his own secrets. And the two formed an unexpected bond. Caliph became a fixture at the carnival, drifting between roles, a fortune teller one night, a fire dancer the next, always shifting like that chameleon they always saw themselves as. They discovered a peculiar comfort in the carnival's ever-changing nature, where no one questioned a different personality from day to day. Mr. Light often teases Caliph about this obsession with one little picture, but Caliph knows he understands the weight of lost things better than most. Every now and then, Light drops cryptic hints about the Feywild, about debts owed and bargains struck, leading Caliph to wonder if the Ringmaster knows far more about the picture than he lets on. Through all of this, Caliph remains haunted by one fear, that without the picture to anchor them, they might one day forget their mother and themselves. But deep within the heart of the Witchlight Carnival, Caliph has started to uncover traces of something older, something hidden just beyond the painted tents and laughter. All right, and with that, just give me 1 second. Okay. page. Course. Great.
I see it.
All right. And with that, we cut from Calith's eyes back to the scene at hand, where Calith, please introduce these three people to the snail races.
Okay. So behind me, as you can see, we have the snail racing, which is one of the many wonderful locations of this Witchlight Carnival. You can participate in riding these snails among all the other fairgoers and see, and maybe you will win prizes.
As Calith says this and gestures over to the snail races, you see within this center ring several large giant snails. How many is there actually? There is 8. 8 of them, all lined up next to each other, ready to race to the other side of the arena. It looks tiny here on the map, but imagine it's much bigger. Much bigger.
Okay.
The grandstands next to this race course are filled with cheering fairgoers, ringing bells, swinging rattles, and waving flags. On the starting line, there sits 8 giant snails, each with a number written on the side with colorful paint. Above the circular course, a wooden gantry hangs from the branches of a central tree, where 2 goblins currently are officiating the proceedings. They call out, "Ha! Come join the snail racing! Highly competitive, fast-paced sports that drives in the lively crowds! Please, come one all, and join the race!" Anyone who would like to race, please
I will.
step up.
Fuck it, we
I'd
will.
like to ask the Calith, have you seen a dwarven man come through here as well?
No, you three are the only ones I have seen. But before we
wander
do
up to?
anything else, there are some things I'd like to note. Be careful of the mood of the carnival as you walk around. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light like to keep it cheery, so try not to dampen it too much. And also your names. I would love to know your names. You know mine, and the law of equivalent exchange says I must know yours.
My name is
My
Furman.
name's Graven. And this is Krovax.
Zara?
He just says his name. Just like, yeah, name's Zareth.
Great. Well, I will personally not be participating in this nail racing, as I have been standing here all day and I've seen the races many a times. But if you would like to participate, please do. I will be right on the sidelines.
All right, so I heard Fremlin wants to. Zephyr?
Yep.
Greven, are you going to race?
I would like to, yep.
Okay. All 3 of you step up, and the little goblins look to you, saying, "Please, your tickets, fine sirs."
Here you go.
As you hand over your ticket, the goblin takes it, punching a hole into it. Handing it back, he says, "All right, this is good for 9 more holes." Showing that 1 ticket
Thank you.
is equivalent to 10 experiences. As he then takes
You
Zephyr's,
upped it a little.
stamping it, and then taking Greven's, stamping it. I figured if I didn't make it 10, because you can't buy another one with no Fey Gold, because you guys have no Fey Gold, so you guys can't get more.
But the pact mechanic still exists.
Yeah. I got rid of it for this system. The way I'm doing it for the system, yeah, so.
I guess Kalis just loves unicorns now. That's a funny one. I want to keep that in.
All right, all 3 of you step up. You see the 8 different snails. The colors painted the number upon the snail dictate the team. There is pink, blue, purple, green, yellow, orange, red, and black. Whoever says the color they want first claims it.
Red.
Orange.
Okay, red, orange, and Greven.
I said purple.
Purple?
I can show that out right away. Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Greven, You,
I'm gonna leave the. I'm gonna leave. If you didn't hear me the first time I said it, I'm just gonna leave the chat in the back just in case it's.
yeah,
fucking
I
up.
think you're cutting out a bit. Yeah. All right, Grevin.
Yeah, it's not showing the people's name.
Fremlin, you hop upon. You said orange.
Yes.
You hop upon a snail, and a pixie flies up to you and says, "Hee, your snail's name is Wizzy.
Oh, thank you.
If you want the snail to go faster, rub its shell and give it encouragement. They love that." As the pixie flies, as the pixie flies over to Grevin and says, "And your snail's name is High Road."
High Road.
Yep. And then it
Good
flies.
day, High Road.
It flies over to Zephyr and it says, "You chose red."
Yeah.
And your snail's name is Breakneck. All right.
That's my schooler.
As all of you hop upon your snails, and you see a bunch of other of the fair goers all hopping upon the other of the 8 snails, the pixies all begin to line up.
What was mine named?
Yours was named Wizzy.
Wizzy.
Wizzy, indeed. All right. As our boys hop upon the snail races, this is what is seen for all of you viewers at home who want to know what the snails and shit look like. This is the sight that can be seen. Also, let me post it for you guys all in images, right? So you guys can, I forgot that I have this new image chat that I'm using to post images and shit.
Get image.
Yep, I'm uploading it right now. It is in Friday's image chat. If you guys would like to see what this site looks like.
Or...
With that, you all hop upon your snails to begin the races.
Well, that's cool.
Okay. You all see 3 pixies flying up to each different snail, one by one, sprinkling pixie dust upon it. As they get up to you, they tell you that this is going to make the snails go a lot faster. Be ready for this.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, what?
Right now,
Insight, I'm
Grevin's
trying to-
doing an insight check.
Insight check.
To see if that thing is telling me the truth about this. It's a 19.
Oh yeah, yep. Complete honesty.
Okay.
This dust that they're sprinkling on the snails makes them go a whole lot faster.
Interesting. Well, as if I'm looking around, do I see the dust? The quality of the dust is the same for all the snails.
Yes.
By the way, I want to say missed opportunity to call one of them Turbo. If you've ever seen that movie.
That is that would
I'm
have been
gonna
a good joke.
I'm gonna get ready. Do the performance to get ready to rub the Wizzy's shell.
Start stroking the snail.
So yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna stroke it so hard, just like my dick. Anyway,
Okay. All right. Is everyone ready for the race?
Yep. Mine's +3 for persuasion. Performance. I think. Give me a second. My thing keeps going back and forth. Yeah, it's a +3.
Wow, you're not even gonna tell them the rules.
I'm about to. I'm about to. Give me just a second. I'm getting a
I was
little.
I was about to say, like, damn, just straight on no rules.
No. The goblins are gonna give the rules out and shit. I'm just getting something ready. Okay.
Anyway.
All right. 2 goblins standing in the trees grab loud cones, 1 each. And they tell you, all right. The rules of the race are simple. First person to get their snail to that cross line, pointing to the cross line, which is 480 feet away, wins the race. the snails, on average, each can go about 80 feet in 6 seconds. However, you can attempt to speed the snail up a bit with some encouragement and nice words. Ergo, you have to make a animal handling check. On a successful check, the snail will move an extra 10 feet that round. Or if you beat the check by 5 or more, 20 feet in that round. If you fail the check, however, it will go 10 slower or 20 slower if it's failed by 5 or more. Obviously, the race ends
So it's
when one of you
it's
guys
animal handling.
Yep, you guys will be making animal handling checks.
Mine's a minus
yeah.
1.
So you all ready for this?
Cool.
Give me a second. I have to go back. Pages being stupid. All right.
All right. With that, the goblins grab their cones, putting it to their mouth. On your marks. Get ready. Race! All right, as everyone makes their first animal handling check.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I don't know what that was. Ignore me.
Birthday.
10. That's a 9.
All right. Grevin.
Come on.
Fremlin. Failing the check.
Wesley.
Yours only moves 70 feet.
Alright.
20! I got it up 20!
Damn, Zareth. Passing the check and
What's
succeeding.
your wait? What's your animal check? Checking.
It's 20. Even if it's minus something, a natural 20 overrides any minus.
I've got
So-
a 21 total, but yeah.
But it's a +1, so it's a 21. So yeah, you beat that by 5, obviously. So you go 100 feet.
A nat 1. Ooh.
Hold on, great, Grevin.
That's the second nat 1 I've rolled in like a row for Grevin.
Oh yeah, Grevin. That's a natural 1. You as well. Only
Plus
move
7.
You. Oh shit, that's +7. Oh, natural
Yeah,
1 is the
so
same
it's
thing
an
with
8.
yeah. Even with
Yeah.
with the pluses, natural 1's override, so it still stays a natural 1.
Yeah.
So you sadly only move 60 feet because you go under 5. All right.
Cool. Sorry.
Round
mean to do
2.
that.
No, you're good. It's round
Wait,
2.
how far did I go?
You went 100 feet.
Alright.
All right, Fremlin. That was a
All right.
12, and that's -1, right?
No, I wasn't doing that. I actually clicked that.
I know, but we're on to round 2 here, so I need more.
Yeah, I didn't roll that. I clicked it twice before you said anything.
Oh, okay, good. Go ahead. Everyone, roll round 2 now.
Well, what you got? Another nat 20? Oh, I got an 18!
Okay.
Well, I got a 2.
I'm
Minus
using
1.
all my luck right now.
Well, it's a 1.
Okay. Zareth, you're up to 200 feet. Fremlin.
Yeah.
Damn, Grevin.
I've rolled
Yep.
I've rolled a fucking 2 1s and a 2 all back to back.
All right. Grevin,
You better
So
pray
that's
to
gonna be a
RNG
total of
Jesus.
9.
Grevin, you're up to 120 feet. Fremlin, you're up to 130 feet. Zareth, you are far ahead everyone else at 200 feet. All right. Round 3.
Oh, yeah! Come on, Gay needs a new pair of shoes. Okay, I got a 3. Fuck! I got a 4
6.
total.
16. I mean, 14.
Okay.
Wait, don't I have a lucky? Wait, I think I have lucky. Didn't I add lucky?
Hold on.
I got a 14.
14. Okay. So Fremlin, you move.
Ah!
What the heck?
Hold on. Okay. So
I thought you
Fremlin,
were-
you move 90 feet that round, which brings you up to 220.
Can I lucky it?
Yes, if you would like to use your lucky, you can.
Word.
I rolled a nat 20 for a total of 27.
12.
12. Okay. Zareth, you move exactly 90 feet that round. So you perfectly met the 10 extra. And Grevin, you got a natural 20, right?
Nat 20 for 27. Yeah.
Okay, which means you will move you move 100, bringing you up to 200. So you and Fremlin are tied right now. Zareth, you're still ahead at 290. Next round.
I'm gonna lucky again. I don't give a fuck.
I got a 17.
I got an 18.
All right, 17 and 18. Both of you
Okay,
guys,
I want to win this.
both of you guys move exactly 100. So Fremlin, you're up to 320. Zareth, you're up
22.
You're 20k. So all three of you move 100 feet that round. So you're all up to 300. So Grevin and Fremlin, you're up to 320. Zareth, you're up to 390. This might be the final round. Let's see. Everyone roll.
I'm using lucky again. 3 times in a row.
I'm using my luck.
20, dirty 20. I win. Fuck you.
I'm using my luck. Is that okay?
You have the lucky feet too?
I don't know. Let me just check.
Yeah, no. If you don't know,
No,
you
I
definitely
don't.
do not. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
It's
it.
11.
Easy dub, boys. I only had to use all 3 of
No,
my
I got a 3.
fucking-
I got a 3.
All right. With that, that will mean, all right, Zareth, you do indeed finish the race in first place. Following behind you, Grevin, you get second place, and Fremlin, third place.
Okay.
As the crowd cheers your names, calling to the snails, chanting the numbers upon their painted shells, you all bathe in the glory of getting first, second, and third. Zareth, you having won.
And he's gonna shout out as well. That's how I beat my dick at night.
The crowd kind of falls to a hush, looking around, and they're like, "That's how he beats his dick at night! Woo!" As the crowd erupts, cheering for you.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Oh, rematch.
Prizes. Let's see here. The person who wins receives, Zareth, you receive a potion of advantage.
Did that just give me advantage?
It's an item. Literally, just add it to your inventory. Potion of advantage.
We have content sharing on, so everything in this book is also available.
Yes, indeed.
When you do this, when you get advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw within the next hour. Okay, that's exactly what I thought it was.
Yes,
And
it is straight for it.
Fremlin, as you were the player to
Third
come,
place?
as you were the person to come in third place, you receive a consolation prize. While it's nothing special or as good as Zareth's potion, the goblin comes hobbling up to you and gives you a wand. This is a wand of dancing lights. It can be so. Just add a custom item to your inventory. Call it Wand of Dancing Lights. It lets you use the dancing light cantrip one time, and then after that, the wand turns into a tulip.
So other possession.
It's just custom
Wand.
item.
You can also write it in other possessions.
That too. Yeah,
go
it doesn't
for it.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Wand of what?
Dancing lights. The information about it is it lets you cast the dancing light spell cantrip, not a spell, cantrip one time. After that, it turns into a tulip.
Well, a cantrip is a spell.
Technically speaking, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not a leveled spell.
Exactly. With that, all of you
In second place or no?
it's that prize is supposed to go to the last place person, but since we have a bunch of NPCs, I gave it to third place instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So sadly,
So first and third get a prize. Second place gets squat. Wah wah.
sadly, yeah. I really don't know why they put a last place consolation when this race has 8 different people. Because, I mean, I didn't want to just give it to a random NPC. I wanted one of the party members to have it. So the person who came in last of the party is who I gave it to. So, all right. With that, The snail races come to an end as you all hop off your snails and make your way back outside the arena. Caliph, you come running up to them, clapping your hands excitedly. What do you say to them?
Ah, fantastic racing, fantastic racing. Shall we carry on?
And as Caliph, as you say this, you grab from your bag a paper, a parchment, which you unroll, showing them all a map of the Witchlight Carnival.
Oh, fantastic. We can get to the good map. The big "you are here" sign.
As you all see the map, Caliph quickly takes her finger pointing to the snail race's location where you all currently are. Also, as you all see this map, you see on each corner of it, there seems to be a form of magic just swirling around. One side is a time tracker, the other is a mood tracker. And as you all see the mood tracker, you see, tink, it clicks up by one, beginning to make a smiling face. As Caliph, you hold the map up to them, what do you say?
As you can see on the mood tracker, it goes up and down. The mood of this carnival is magically tracked by Mr. Light's staff. You saw it earlier. There's also an illustration. From here on out, we could go for the welcome gifts that are coming in this first hour of the carnival.
What are the welcome gifts?
If I remember correctly, it is small trinkets, perhaps a gold piece. It could be many things. It all depends if you catch the petal.
So it's a game, not a welcoming gift. You have to catch something?
Well, if you interact or you entertain the little rocket, or I don't remember the name of the squirrel enough, then perhaps it even gives you a prize.
Wait, so what are we doing?
Kayla's asking you all if you guys would like to go to the big top where they are giving out gifts currently.
Oh, sure.
I would like
I'm totally using magic to get the best gift.
Good luck.
So, Zareth says, sure, let's go on that way. What about you, Grevin and Fremlin? Do you guys want to head to the big top?
I would indeed would like to go.
Awesome.
Follow
Lastly,
along.
Grevin, you are also going to follow
Yep,
along?
I said I'll follow along. Yep.
Awesome. As you all begin to make your way to the big top, that is where we will wrap up tonight's session.
Haleth on the way,
Yeah.
of course, waves to Candlefoot.
Of course, of course. You guys passing many different stalls and stands, passing the Hall of Illusions, the Pixie Kingdom, the Bubble Pop Teapot, and many more attractions, you all finally arrive at the Big Top Extravaganza, the largest of all the tents within the Witchlight Carnival. Bright lights and cheering erupt from the inside of the Big Top as you all begin to enter, and today's session comes to an end. With that,
Oh, we're going inside already? Oof.
with that, I wish all of you beautiful adventurers at home a lovely, lovely night. I hope you've all enjoyed today's adventure. And make sure to tune in next Friday from 4:30 Eastern Standard Time to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time to catch episode 2 of this story. As well, please make sure to tap that notification bell so you're alerted every single time we go live or upload a video here on the channel. As well, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Become a fellow adventurer of the Orphan Guild if you haven't already. Join our large growing community and support us here on the channel. You have no idea how much it helps. As well as make sure to click that like button down below if you enjoyed today's episode and leave a comment. Make sure to tell us what was your favorite moment, who's your favorite player so far, or what was your favorite interaction. anything you really enjoyed. We want to hear from you down in the comments. You have no idea how much it helps us here on the channel. As well as make sure to click the link in my link tree in my bio of my channel, where you can find my partner's content over on OnlyFans. That is OnlyFans at stone_n_summer. You can catch her there if you're interested in that kind of spicy content. I have been your host, the D&D Orphan, signing off. Everyone, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And we will see all of you lovely people in the next episode. All right. Recording is over. Now, let us do pros and cons before we end the stream, and I'll sign off for the night. All right. Dash Falcon.
Can I go first?
Yeah, Zareth, if you want to go first, go ahead.
Yeah. It was a lot better than last time. That was a lot smoother. It was a lot more fun and interesting. I like the mini game because I beat you all. Get fucked, nerds. What did I not like? Can't really pick out anything I didn't really like. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. With that, go ahead and head over to Dash Falcon. Pros and cons. What did you think about today's session, buddy? Dash Falcon?
There we go. Here we go. I enjoy playing the session with you guys. It's fun. Brings me out as a dwarf, so trying my better. Next time we do a session next week. My books are kind of hurting, so yeah, I enjoyed the session.
Awesome. No cons?
Nope.
Great. Awesome. Kareem, you're up next. Please give us your pros and cons.
Pros of the session, I really enjoyed it. It went, of course, a lot more smoothly than the time we shall not name. And I really enjoyed what you did with Mr. Light. Of having DM'd this module before, I struggle a lot with the RP. I love how you do it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It's not as much as a con as it's a pet peeve of mine. We've now restarted the campaign, and you're still changing the name of the Archfey.
Zablina is still. Oh, hey, look,
It's
just
Sibylla.
It's just Zablina. Look, bro, my dyslexia is not gonna let me.
I
read it like
know.
that. I can promise
I
you,
know.
every time I look at that name, it's always gonna be Zablina to my dyslexia. I just cannot.
I'm gonna. Honestly, from now on, every time you mispronounce it, I'm just gonna send a pronunciation guide to you.
God.
Sibylla.
I
just
gonna.
But nah, I really enjoyed the session.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see where we go. I'm very surprised we went to the big top already. Since it's my understanding the welcome
You
gifts
asked
are
us to do.
outside. Well,
Specifically
Yeah.
asked us to go get a welcoming gift. Okay.
yeah, but they're not inside the extravaganza as I remember it. Of course, Orphan can have changed them. That's just where
Yeah, I'm doing it where it's actually inside the extravaganza.
Yeah,
it's just
okay,
so that you guys can about like the thing at the back of the extravaganza. It's nothing special or anything, just like the little extra area that it has.
Yeah.
Just let you guys encounter that earlier if you guys want to. Just give it a little bit, give a life to the carnival and everything. You'll obviously be, you guys will definitely be coming back to the big top, as you can see on the map on the time tracker. It says Big Top Extravaganza, and then the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. Those are both events where you have to come back to the big top.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed today's session.
Awesome. I'm glad that everyone enjoyed it better than last time. That is definitely very happy for me to hear. All right, and last but certainly not least, Vadagar, Twisted. I gotta get used to calling you by your actual username rather than Vadagar, because Vadagar probably won't even be on the channel. Well, he won't be not on the channel. The videos will always be up, and then
It'll be a break.
And then when we get back to the campaign, Vadagar will obviously come back. But Vadagar probably won't be showing up for a good year. Well, won't be showing up for a good year. Not probably. He's just not going to be. I know that. So,
oh yeah, that brings me to a question I had actually. How many sessions do you think we have left of the other one before we go to the break? 1, 2,
3. I think today the one that we will be doing Sunday, and then 2 more after that is what I think. That it's 3 or 2. It's definitely not 1. It's 3 or 2 though. It's definitely 3 or 2 more sessions.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Awesome. So yeah, Twisted.
Calling us
What's the
though,
cons?
probably about 4 or 5. Yeah, it was a lot better than last time. A lot less inborn fighting, and a lot less people getting kind of like carried away on complete just like not getting carried away with things that have nothing to do with the campaign, essentially, which is always good.
Of course. You enjoyed all
Oh
the
yeah, we
roleplay?
started basically on time.
Yep, we actually started on time and everything. You enjoyed the roleplay and everything today, Vadagar? Twisted?
Yep. Well, be a little more interesting to get a little more kind of like role playing going, but yeah, well, like I said, much better than last time.
Oh yeah. This whole first act of this campaign is the carnival has
The
literally
first chapter is just
it's
roleplay.
It's all roleplay because this whole carnival there's 2 rules: no fighting, no thieving. So if
I mean,
yeah,
there's more rules than that. Well, there's no.
that's it.
Yeah, there's
Literally
one
it.
rule that you can't steal, and then there's the etiquette of be polite, be this, be that, which Caliph knows, and therefore he informed.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah.
As he has the night off, but he's still staff. Like he's still making sure no one.
The
does
rules
anything
are
wrong.
definitely not being polite when you have one guy fucking
Yeah.
telling him suck it nerds and shit like that. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm definitely
Definition of
very
not being
excited
polite.
to see the mood just
having
lower.
fun. It's just having
Yeah.
fun. Because you could
Yeah,
be a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit he as long because Xerath,
It is be polite, pay attention when spoken to, laughing at jokes and joining in with games and singing. It says nothing about don't insult people.
Yeah.
That's in fun.
Yeah, exactly. And Xerath's just having
Of
fun.
course.
He's not being a dick or anything.
Yeah. But being or interrupting someone, being rude or grumpily refusing to dance are unfavored. Which
That's the
might
kind
lower
of
the
stuff.
mood.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that is
Yeah.
bad. But yeah, awesome. All right, you guys. Well, thank you guys for coming out. I hope everyone has enjoyed today's session. Signing off to all of you people watching the live stream at home. Thank you guys so much for coming, and we will see all of you guys next week. Make sure to tune in from 4:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time every Friday. Make sure to tune in tomorrow as well for my Saturday session of Dragon of Icespire Peak. That goes from 2:30 Eastern Standard Time to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure to come tune in for that as well. I've been your host, the D&D Orphan, signing off. That